Welcome guys, welcome back. It's Mike again with another vid for you, and today I am going to share with you my Traska in mint green. But before we do that, wrist check. MRG G1000D, because why not? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful MRG piece, and yes, I would have another in a heartbeat because this watch does it all. Lovely. I know there are some of you out there that share the love for this MRG, and I know there are some of you out there that are absolutely going to be messaging me afterwards about this, but yep, you know the feelings. It's a lovely piece, I love it, and you know what, enough about that. More pressing sharing to be done with this Traska. So guys, ever since I saw this mint green dial, I wanted this watch. Such a beautiful, beautiful watch. I got it last week, and this is the Freediver 2. I bought it secondhand because right now on their website you can't actually buy them. I guess because of the situation that we're in right now, shipping has had to cease, or well, manufacturing has had to cease for a little bit, but I'm sure that as soon as everything gets back to a state of normality, they will return and start shipping these out again, because this is a beautiful piece, guys. So let's get on with the review. Before I show you this, I just want to show you the case, because the case is something else. Now, it comes in this beautiful white box. There's another outer box that it comes in as well, but look at this. This is not just packaging, guys. This is a leather travel case. Watch goes around there, and it goes into this felt inside so that you don't scratch the watch at all. You can actually smell the leather. Genuine leather case, so when you're traveling and you're not wearing the Traska, you can have it fully protected in genuine leather. Awesome. They really did think of everything with this, guys. I would say these guys are collectors, because it's something that a collector would have thought of. But anyway, on with the review of this beautiful, beautiful Freediver 2. So I'll take it off the stand, get the stand out of the way. Here it is, guys. I'm going to get into the stats, and then I'm going to talk about how I feel about this watch, because don't forget, this is a second-hand watch and it is in absolute collector condition. If I didn't tell you that I got this used, you would not know. It is perfect, and I think that is due to its proprietary scratch resistant coating, which we'll get into in a little bit more into the video. But man, lovely, lovely piece. Let me get into the stats, guys, because I could just gaze on this all day long. So we have a 40mm case, so smaller than I'm usually used to, but it's fine. It's fine. It wears nice. It's thick enough, so the 40mm, you know, I can deal with that. A 40mm case. Lug to lug is a 48mm, and the bracelet drops nicely, so you do get a true 48mm lug to lug. The lugs are 20mm, and that bracelet is obviously 20mm, tapering down to 18. Makes for a very comfortable, very, very comfortable bracelet. The height is 12.5, so it's kind of it's weird. It's like it kind of reminds me of a dress watch stroke diver watch, but then you see the chunk. I mean, for it to be 40 a 40mm case and have a height of 12.5mm, it's kind of chunky. I like it. It's nice. It really works. They've kind of done the math on the dimensions here, and it really works. Love the case. 316L stainless steel, coin edge crown milled, and that crown is triple gasket as well. Let's unscrew that. Okay, you didn't hear that, but it did click out. I don't know if you can see there, if I'm catching that. Probably not too well, but it is a triple gasket crown there, because the watch is 200 meters water resistant, so you would need a triple gasket crown for that. Beautiful, I'll show you, milled out clasp, signed clasp, beautiful patterning on the milling there, and that case back, look at that engraving on the case back with the Freediver. If you're catching that, you're probably catching the, there you go, the Freediver. And it's serial, each one of these are serial numbered as well, guys. So you have the detailing on the case back, and you also have the serial number as well. Traska knocked it out of the park. They knocked it out of the park with this, guys. This mint dial with mint chapter ring combination is just right. Double domed sapphire crystal with the AR coating underneath. The applied stainless steel polished indices, hand applied and filled with, wait for it, BGW9, and I'm going to show you that later. Wow, I can't say enough how much I love loom and illumination, and I'm just drawn to the light, I guess. But when I see BGW9, guys, it's next level. It really is, and they've done it well here. Now, this is the date version, so it has the NH35 movement. The no date version, which you see quite a bit online, is the NH38. That's the difference between them. Great movement. Look at that hand sweep. That second hand. Lovely smooth movement. Incidentally, when this lights up in the night, because of the loom, because the dial is so, well, it's like a white dial. It's light colored. It's almost like the whole dial lights up. It's awesome. That dial is sandblasted to give that matte effect against the polished hands and polished applied indices. Really makes for a great combination. Now, with this proprietary coating, guys, on the case, I mean, I'm not an expert, but on their website it talks about the hardness being, you know, the measurement of the hardness being measured in Vickers. So normal 316 steel has an HV rating, or a HV, which is the hardness rating on the Vickers scale, of 200, right? After they've applied their proprietary anti-scratch coating, the HV rating on the Vickers scale on this watch shoots up to 1200. You know, I'm going to do this, and I know I shouldn't, but I'm going to. Casio, sorry, you need to take note, because this titanium scratches just in the air. Sneezing, it scratches. I love it, but wow, it's a scratch magnet. And you can't do anything with it because it's slightly coated titanium, so if you try and start to polish it, you'll mess it up. These guys have got it right. Traska, well done. I applaud you. You have done it correctly. And you know what else? With this anti-scratch coating, it kind of gives the watch a titanium look, which I love, because it's the look of titanium without the actual lightness. I mean, if you've ever had a titanium watch, you look at it, it looks awesome. You go to pick it up, feels like a toy, and that can put people off. Fantastic watch. As I said, the dial sandblasted, that matte finish with the polished indices and polished hands makes for a really nice combination. Coinage bezel, 120 click, awesome action. No problems with you know, finding it between your finger and thumb, and it is dead on. No problem at all, right? No problem at all. Coinage screw down crown as well to complement the bezel, and the bezel insert. This is the combination that I love. The stainless steel bezel insert And if you can see the markers, if you can see that, but they're actually engraved and filled. So, you know, they're not going to fade away. I prefer the stainless steel bezel because it kind of makes the dial look, it gives the dial a bigger appearance. When you have a completely different color bezel insert to the case, it kind of puts a border around the dial face, and it makes the dial look smaller. And this is already 40mm, and on my pores, I don't need it to look any smaller. So I tend to go for, if I'm wearing stainless steel, I tend to go for something with a stainless steel bezel. Having said that, the G-Shock MIG has a black bezel, but it's a huge watch anyway, so it doesn't really take away from it. And the dial is black as well, so you know, it kind of that kind of blows that one out of the water. But with a watch like this, I try and go for a stainless steel bezel just because it gives the appearance of the dial looking a bit bigger than what it is. But lovely watch. It weighs 159 grams, guys. So it's not a bad weight either. You know what you've got on your wrist. You know you've got something on the wrist, and it's not too heavy. You won't be fatigued during the day. On this case, guys, the attention to detail is so awesome. Like, look at the polished chamfered edges there, just on the tips. I hope I'm catching this, guys, because you know, if you haven't seen one in the flesh, you need to, or in the metal, I should say. You've got drilled lugs as well, so bracelet changes and what have you are nice and easy. You know, it was definitely engineered by someone who knew what they were doing, right? And were passionate about watches and passionate about being a collector. That's what I feel. I don't know the people who did this. I don't know Traska personally, but just the look and feel of this watch tells me a lot about the manufacturer and the owners. It's not just about pumping out another watch. They were really passionate about this one, and it shows. It really does. Just love everything about it, guys. I love the fact that you even get a leather travel case with a piece like this. Let me give you a wrist shot because I haven't done that yet. I've been rambling on. I need to give you a wrist shot. Take the MRG off for a sec and put that down very lightly, because if I pick it up it might be scratched. I shouldn't bang on the MRG like that. I love the MRG, as you know. Let's have a look now. So I sized it, and screw pins for the bracelet half links. Sorry, the bracelet full links. These are not half links, these are full links, but screw pins, so really easy to adjust. Yeah, there it is on my 7 3/4. And you know, I like a bigger watch, but it works. I would wear this to the office. It's one of those watches that it's bigger, but small enough to wear as a dress watch as well. I would definitely pair this with like a white shirt, maybe a cuff-linked cuff with maybe a complementary cuff link with that green and that polished stainless steel on the cuff link itself. Yeah, that sounds really nice. I like that. So there it is, guys, on my 7 3/4 wrist, and as you can see, it fits quite nicely. $375 on the website right now, and as I say, you can't really get them right now because of the current situation we're in, which is a shame. But if you see one of these second hand or on the used forums at all, man, I would grab it. I would grab it. We don't really know when they're coming back, right? We're presuming that everything will be better and back to normal sooner rather than later, but we don't know. So if you see one, if you see someone selling one, I would grab it. That's what I did. I must admit, I waited for it to go down a bit because it was priced a little bit higher than what I wanted to pay for it. It did go down to what I thought was worth it for me, and yeah, well, I tell you guys, I ended up paying $375 for it. So I paid brand new money for a second-hand piece, but with that proprietary anti-scratch coating, you're not going to lose out, guys. You're not going to lose out at all, right? You're not losing out with that watch at all. So this has been the review, and before I close out, let me give you a loom shot because, as I say, BGW9. It's really light here, guys. I'm sorry. Hopefully you can, yeah, you can kind of grab that right. I mean, it's still bright even though it's light here. And again, as the song goes, all night long that lasts. All night long. It's a shame it's so bright here because this would really light up like a beacon, but you get the picture. Lovely piece. Lovely piece, guys. If you can get one, if you see one for sale and you've been after one for a while, I wouldn't wait. I would grab it. These are going to be very sought after collector pieces, and it does everything you need. It literally does what it says on the can. It's a beautiful piece. It's anti-scratch. It's got a good movement, great handset, great dial contrast with the hands. Just great precision feel from the crown to the bezel movement. Bezel insert is perfect. Everything has just been looked after. I mean, that detail right there, guys, the polished chamfered edge there on all the edges. Traska, well done. Well done, Traska. Lovely, lovely piece, and this will be in my collection. Well, I can't see it coming out of my collection, to be honest. So guys, that's my review of the Traska Freediver 2. Any questions, comments down below. If you like the video, like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Guys, wear all your timepieces in the very, very best of health. And until next time, take care.